Yep. Yes.
Good evening, everyone. As was already stated, my name is Kyle, and I have the distinct honor of serving as the best man for my best friend Mark and his beautiful bride Michelle. Mark and I have been friends for almost 24 years. We met the first day of kindergarten when we were 5 years old, and became friends when we realized that my grandparents lived on the same street that Mark lived on. 2 years later, after my grandfather passed away and my grandmother didn't want to live in the house by herself anymore, my parents and I moved in. Now we were 5 houses apart from each other. It's crazy to look back at that first day of kindergarten and think that 24 years later, I am standing here as his best man, the same way he did for me 2 years ago when I got married. I have been busting on Mark for the past 2 years because Mark delivered quite possibly the shortest best man speech ever. The funny part is, I knew that his speech would be short before he even delivered it. Not because he didn't have a lot to say about our friendship, but because he's terrified of speaking in public, and the fact that he's sitting there with all of you looking at him is probably driving him crazy. But I did not ask him to serve as my best man because I wanted some speech about how great of a person I am. I asked him because there's not one other person I would have picked to stand next to me on that altar when I got married. I asked him because he's more than a best friend to me. He's my brother. We may not have the same blood coursing through our veins, but in every other way that one defines brotherhood, Mark and I fit the mold. He's been there for me through every major event in my life, and I can only hope that I've done the same for him. When I came home from basic training, he was standing in my parents' kitchen waiting for me. When I was deployed and I was attempting to call home on New Year's Day and time the call just right, so it would be a couple minutes before midnight on New Year's Eve. Here in the U.S., it was Mark who I was on the phone with as the ball dropped, making sure that even though I was on the other side of the world, I could at least spend a couple minutes with my friends back home, even if it was only by phone. And when the deployment was finally over, Mark was again sitting in my parents' kitchen, waiting as the car pulled into the driveway. Most friendships tend to drift apart as the two individuals get older and become adults, each one becoming different from the other in certain ways. But Mark and I have only become better friends. So close, in fact, that my wife Justina and Michelle often refer to us as boyfriends and joke that when Justina married me, she also married Mark. But we are quite different people. Our taste in music could not be more different. I enjoy reading. Mark doesn't. Unless it's something about motorcycles or guitars and something of the like, then he's all over. But there's that bond that, regardless of how different we may be, or how busy our lives may get, we still always make sure we can stop at the DAV in Dixon City after work, or on Saturday and Sunday afternoons, and have a few beers, or sit in Mark's garage and play guitar. There's a quote that says, "We are all searching for someone whose demons play well with ours." Maybe it's those demons that have kept us brothers all these years. Michelle, I could not be happier that you and Mark have chosen to be united together for the rest of your lives. You are one of the most beautiful people I've ever met, both inside and out, and you are a perfect complement to Mark in every way. And today, just as Justina married Mark when she married me, you also married me. I have thoroughly enjoyed the past few years hanging out with you and your awesome family, and I'm excited to continue to do so well into the future. John and Joanne, you raised one great woman. In conclusion, I wish nothing but the absolute best for the both of you. I hope life is nothing short of perfect in every way. And I hope most of all that you continue to enjoy each other 60 years from now, just as you do tonight. Are you okay, dude? That was my moment.
Yeah.
So, thank you for letting me share in this day with you, because I have friendship guide your paths together. May the laughter of children grace the halls of your home. May the joy of living for one another bring a smile to your lips and a twinkle to your eyes. And when eternity beckons, at the end of a life heaped high with love, may the good Lord embrace you with the arms that have nurtured you the whole length of your joy-filled years. To Mr. and Mrs. Mark McKinnon.
Let's give a nice round of applause.
I'm sorry. No, that's all right.